On this week's episode, Top 3 Video Game Soundtracks. And here are your hosts, Bill and Reese.
Hey guys, and welcome to Gaming Buzzed, where our soundtrack is the sound of beer bottles clinking, me throwing up, and Bill shouting curse words. We welcome you guys back to another episode. This week, we are going to tackle our top 3 favorite video game soundtracks, which this was an easy one.
Kind of.
But at the same time, it was difficult because then, as I started thinking about it, I realized how many soundtracks I really loved.
Yeah, you went through, about 5 lists?
5 lists, and they all were drastically different.
And that's where I got I got one of mine from that.
Yeah, they were all drastically different, minus, a couple games, which I don't want to spoil, but, just to put it out there, pretty much every list included, Super Mario Brothers, Legend of Zelda, Halo, and stuff like that. Some of those you will see on our list. But other than that, it was a lot of, niche stuff. Nier Automata made a lot of them.
Yeah, we couldn't even watch the video for that because it's licensing.
Square Enix won't let us watch that because fuck YouTube. Then, of course, you had some other big name games, like Mega Man, Castlevania, which those had great scores for the times. But hopefully you guys will find our list interesting. Before we get too far, Bill, my good man.
Lazy time again.
Variety pack. We've literally just given into the world of variety pack.
Oh, I got so nervous when I went in the shop because it wasn't in its normal spot. So I was going, fuck. I was looking around. Someone had hit it behind another thing. I went, nope.
Okay, so just looking at the lids in here, I see a lot of companies that I already know. So I kind of want to go for that one because I don't know that.
That's strawberry and bacon.
I'll go for it. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So this is I'm looking in and I see River Horse, I see Allagash, we got Founders there, we see Yards, we see Flying Dog.
We have pineapple cider from East Ciders. It's clever. The Chamonix Creek County Line IPA.
Oh, there's some Chamonix in there too. Bronx, okay.
The Summer Pale Ale. And the Berry Republic Racer 5.
So this is, I got a Timmermans Strawberry Lambicus, or however you pronounce that. 4%. This is probably gonna be super sweet. I'm probably gonna.
It's gonna be a lot better than that one. The first time we did this, and you had 2 12% stouts.
Oh God, yeah.
Sure, you're feeling great after that.
I was. It was a long night to say the least. But let's give this a little taste and see here.
That was our daintiest cheers yet.
The smell of it was this is going to be over the top sweet. It's not horribly sweet.
But there's only that other one, I think.
The Straw Gator?
No, that we need to find again.
That was good.
I can't find that anywhere.
That was
it's fucking annoying
good,
me.
Yeah. That was an Abita beer, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
New Orleans.
The Lambic I see is the strawberry, there's the raspberry. I forget what the name of the company is, though. That's the only ones I ever say.
If you guys like fruitier beers, this is a sweet beer. I'm not going to say it's not a sweet beer, but it's not as I thought. I was going to drink it and be wanting to gag myself over the sweetness. This isn't horribly sweet.
But if you want a sweet beer that gets you fucked up, go find Straw Gator.
Find Straw Gator. Straw Gator.
And just let us know where it is, because that shit is goddamn delicious.
And you're drinking an all-day IPA. Founders out of Michigan. That beer is a go-to of mine to drink. 4.7%, nice sessionable IPA, not over the top, super hoppy. Just a great spring, summertime.
I just like how we have session ales, but I follow a lot of British pages and see what the sesh really is. Theirs are a lot more hardcore over there.
What are the British session ales like?
Oh no, they just have sessions. Is what they call their drinking altogether. It involves weed, beer, and all that.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, they do things a lot different over there than we do here. Which
Okay.
explains why the drinking age is 17.
Yeah, super young. Super young.
We were born in the wrong country.
Could you imagine, just in high school, I'm gonna go to the pub?
That would have been fucking great.
I mean, I did a lot of drinking in high school. It wasn't at the pub or anywhere, but shout out to Hova's sister who used to buy all our booze for us because she was 3 or 4 years older than us. But let's talk about the news. I guess
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con's going on. So there's been some stuff that I saw this big Supernatural season 14 news.
I thought they were further than that, honestly.
That show's been on so far. That show's been on since I've been in high school. Like,
I think CW just doesn't care.
Yeah. Well, people are tuning in. It's making money. So.
And it's always at like one of the top new on Netflix when new seasons come out.
Yeah,
so I guess people are watching it on there as well.
People love that, and it's funny. So
it's a good show.
I've been rewatching and watched a lot of Gilmore Girls, as you know. And it's so funny to see young Jared Padalecki Sam from Supernatural.
And you see him now.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
It's so funny. And like just all of those characters and actors, like seeing them so many years ago. I've actually made it all the way up to now. I'm up to the Netflix series that came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
my girlfriend hated that.
It
just did not end how she wanted it to. We sat through 12 hours.
I'm gonna tell you now, it's not as. It doesn't have the charm that the show did. Like, it's good. One, it's missing Melissa McCarthy, which they talk about and they made a note to that.
She showed up, I thought.
Very later on, but, like...
Yeah, it was really quick, though. I remember that now.
So, but either way, it's really interesting to see a lot of those actors and see where they came from.
Flash, Arrow,
yeah,
Black Lightning, pretty much all the DC TV universe is all there.
Yeah.
I don't know why Black Lightning's back. I was talking about it with you off air.
Yeah.
It's just bad. It's just like full blaxploitation. There's actually a white guy who's going, we gotta make America white again. I go, I'm done. Nope, I'm done.
I haven't
way
watched
too hard.
any of that. I don't watch any of the DC shows. I don't watch Flash. I don't watch Supergirl. I don't watch Arrow.
I watched Arrow when it started. I started up with Flash. Supergirl's okay, but now I'm just kind of like, I don't care.
It's just... the shows are just so hokey. They're just so hokey. I don't know. We talked about this, and we'll get into this because Comic-Con released a lot of trailers. Speaking of DC, DC came out the gate with 3 big trailers.
Yeah.
And especially now they're plugging now, so DC is going to have their own streaming service.
Yeah, which I think is fucking stupid.
Really stupid. Really
hey guys, your movie franchise failed. Let's just start a streaming service.
Yeah, I mean, like literally, like how much DC properties are there out there? There's going to be a lot of animated shows, I'd imagine.
There's a shit ton of animated shows.
And
there's the live action.
And the other DC shows, but they're all on CW though. Like Legends of Tomorrow, all those shows are all CW shows. So it's, I mean, I guess DC owns the rights, so you can do reruns of it on the streaming service.
I would imagine so, but I personally see this series going to like Netflix or Hulu. Or Amazon.
So like Disney is trying to work on a streaming service, and I get that. Disney has so many fucking properties and so many shows between Disney Channel and their movies that I can see a streaming service that's geared only to Disney. DC, I mean, like how many episodes of Arrow are you gonna watch on the DC Universe channel? How many episodes of The Flash are you gonna watch? I mean, those shows are already on Netflix, so I guess they're gonna get pulled from there and then put on the DC Universe channel.
I personally gonna see it as Disney is gonna buy Netflix soon. And all that, because they're still putting like the Marvel films on there and the Disney films on there, which that was supposed to
do you think that might be a reason why DC's like, you know what, Marvel kind of has their talents into Netflix already? Maybe we should back out and start our own.
Well, that yes, and they also have Hulu because on Hulu they have The Runaways and Cloak and Dagger.
Okay.
I believe Agent Carter is on there as well, so their properties are divided.
Okay. But so there were some big DC trailers. I mean, we might as well start with probably the biggest one we gotta say would be Aquaman.
Is it?
Well, comparatively to the 3, I think Aquaman's the biggest because that's the one that's already been developed in the DCEU. So
so we watched this right before we came on here, and I went with you. I went, yeah, this is great. You probably should release this about 8 months ago.
And we talked a lot about this, and we've said it before on the show. We said it earlier in our pre-show. DC just did not use the patience and care to craft their cinematic universe the way that Marvel did. So Marvel introduced Iron Man, introduced Thor, introduced Captain America, and then after they established those, and Hulk even, so even after establishing those first 4 heroes on their own, we even got 2 Iron Mans before we got an Avengers film.
And we got the introduction of Hawkeye and Thor, but then you kind of...
Yes.
The only time this whole team-up and then introducing the characters and giving their own movie worked was Black Panther, because they kind of delved into his background in the movie.
Yes. So
Aquaman, you didn't get that.
And that was cool because they by that time we were already fucking when Civil War came out, we're already 7, 8
Yes.
years into the MCU.
Phase 3.
We're in the end of Phase 3 now. We're 10 years in. And yeah, so Civil War was 2 years ago. So that was 8 years into the MCU before we brought Black Panther in. So there was already an established universe. Like, the DCEU has only been going on as long as Man of Steel came out. Man of Steel was only, what, like 7 years ago?
I'd say 6.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
But it's like they're just rushing to get these characters out. Like, I feel like this Aquaman story shouldn't have the whole, this is where I'm from kind of thing. You kind of already could have done that in Justice League. Flash, you did that.
Yep.
Cyborg, you did that.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman? Well, we got Wonder Woman.
We got the Wonder Woman film, which was great, by the way. I highly enjoyed the Wonder Woman film.
Batman, I swear to fuck, if they kill the parents again, I'm done.
So there's a lot of open answers going on with what's happening with the DCU. I know they've talked a lot about now all their films are going to be standalones.
Yes, it's starting with the Joker. Or just Joker, I believe is his name. It's like I told you, I'm personally not as excited for it. It's Joaquin Phoenix. I just don't like Joaquin Phoenix.
See, here's the thing.
Ever since he went and did his old little, I'm going to be a rapper thing. Oh, no, it was a joke.
Don't like Joaquin Phoenix for one big reason. My first introduction to Joaquin Phoenix was Gladiator. So every movie I've ever seen him in since then, I'm like, fuck that guy. Because he was such a piece of shit in Gladiator. He was a great villain. He was great. So with that said,
I think it's the first one I saw him in too.
I think Joaquin Phoenix is a great choice to play the Joker. I just don't want to see a Joker standalone film.
Yeah.
There's nothing about a Joker standalone film that interests me. And this is what I said when someone posted, and we were in a nerd group on Facebook, and we always talk about comic stuff that's coming up. The only way I would love to see a Joker standalone film is if they just did The Killing Joke, which The Killing Joke was a graphic novel that was put up in DC, which is kind of accepted as the Joker origin story.
And it already has an animated thing. It was the first rated R animation that DC put out.
Yeah.
I watched it. It was good.
So if they were going to do, all right, we're making a Killing Joke movie, I'd be like, okay, this is cool, but they're not doing that. So I don't know. I really have, it's really hard for me to have any faith in anything DC does cinematic-wise. And like I said, I didn't get to it, but I was alluding to before. When it comes to translation of heroes from comic page to screen, DC's heroes aren't translatable, not in the realm that your Marvel characters are. And I said it like this, and like people try to compare, it's apples and oranges. DC are characters that are gods, that are posing as mortals. Marvel's characters are mortals that are now dealing with their godlike powers.
Yes.
It's very opposite end, but that's why I always felt much more connection with Marvel, because Marvel always seemed a lot more grounded in reality. It always seemed like I feel a connection with Peter Parker, a guy that, has his new power and responsibility. I feel a connection to these characters that are dealing with turmoil and making, strength from it, like your Tony Starks and your Steve Rogers. Like, these characters were humans that now have been put in this world, in this situation, and now are dealing with these powers that they've gotten, found their own. DC is the exact opposite. You have Superman, this godlike alien, Wonder Woman, who's literally a god, Aquaman, who's a god, Flash with godlike powers, Batman, which is the only one
godlike money.
Yeah, godlike money. But he's really the only one that has a basis kind of grounded in reality, and that's why we got the great trilogy from Nolan, because it's easy to translate that, because Batman has a role in the real world.
And now we're waiting so much longer for this new Batman movie that we don't even know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because you've gone, Ben Affleck quit. Oh, Affleck didn't quit. Affleck quit. Affleck didn't quit.
Yep. Yeah.
I believe the other DC trailer we got actually did seem enjoyable.
Shazam looks fun.
It does.
And I'm glad that DC's kind of shedding away, all our movies have to be dark. Because Shazam actually looks like a good time. But the thing is, it's so hard not to compare. It's like when you look at the Marvel films, when a new character gets introduced, you're like, all right, cool. How is he going to fit into the world?
Yes.
How is he going to fit into what's going on? And you're like, okay, he's going to fit perfectly just like this. When I watch Shazam, I'm like, how the fuck is Shazam going to fit into where they're already at with Justice League?
Also, my girlfriend pointed out a very good point, because she was going through her Facebook and saw the trailer pilot for Shazam. She's like, is this that Sinbad movie finally? I I just went, no. She's like, oh, he better have a cameo. I just went, holy fuck, you're right.
Guys, so I actually kind of believe in the Mandala Effect. I actually believe in the whole thing.
It's true.
I believe in
I remember it.
I believe in the Berenstein Bears. I don't believe in the Shazam thing. There was no movie where Sinbad was a genie.
I could swear to... It's like... It's like that one phenomena where this therapist was talking to his patient and she drew out this face, and then like another patient saw like, oh, I know that face. It's like that type of thing. Like, we all probably saw a poster somewhere.
Everyone is just thinking of Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal, and they want to put Sinbad into that.
This is what I think it was. There was like a Sinbad. There was probably like, what was that one where he was the bodyguard for like the president's kid?
Oh, First Kid?
It was probably First Kid and Kazam poster right next to each other. That's my guess. That's the only way it would make sense.
And then right next to that was Jingle All the Way.
Yeah. Oh, that would make more sense.
Yeah. Shazam does look fun, though. People are out there like, this movie looks corny and cheesy and for kids. I'm like, dude, you guys, I'm not even a DC fan, but I know that Shazam, he's a child. He's like a 12, 13-year-old kid.
But they said they were very unhappy with the casting of Zachary Levi. Zach
Levi from Chuck fame, who also was in the Heroes Reborn miniseries.
Never watched it.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
He was good in it, and I didn't mind Chuck. I wasn't a Chuck fan. I was a huge Heroes fan.
So
I actually had a friend of mine. They were like, "Oh, did you ever watch Chuck?" And I'm like, "The only time I ever watched Chuck is when I couldn't find the remote control after Heroes went off. Because Heroes would go off and Chuck would come on, and I was like, "Where's the remote? I need to change the channel."
I want to go back and rewatch Heroes one of these days. It was such a good show.
Go back and rewatch season 1 and just stop.
2 wasn't bad. It's when it got to the carnival was when it got bad.
Oh man, you're skipping some bad stuff. But the carnival was
the worst.
Carnival was the worst. Season 3 started off really good. That was Villains, was the first half.
Yes.
And the second half was Fugitives, and they just kind of jumped the shark a little bit. Season 2 had some issues. That was when the writer's strike happened.
Yeah.
And so they had a lot of ability of Peter because they didn't know. They were like, we don't know how to write Peter. He has too many powers. Yet we're gonna let Siler run around with all of these powers. I'm like that doesn't make any sense. Like that's not a defense. But so Zach Levi. One thing I will say in a negative tone. The costume, when they saw the set photos, they're like, oh man, that looks like shit. And I'm like, don't worry, they'll fix it in post. It'll look better in the movie. I still think the costume looks like shit.
It does. It looks exactly the same.
Yeah. I'm not happy about the costume. But, like, how do you translate that? How do you translate a giant red spandex costume with a lightning bolt?
You Aquaman it. You take away the orange turtleneck and you just give him a bunch of Hawaiian tattoos.
See?
And there you go.
They do that. They did that right, in my opinion. And, like, Superman, you come to expect Superman, but I still think the Superman costume looked good. I'm not even a Supes fan, but it looked good.
I actually got to see the footage of the black Superman suit. That actually looked cool as well. Yeah.
So, and last but not least, the third big DC trailer that we need to talk about is Titans.
Fuck Batman.
Fuck Batman. So
it looks good.
When they first once they put set photos out of Titans, everyone's like, "Ew, this looks horrible. This is gonna look big. This will be so bad. It's really cheesy." I thought it was gonna be another family-friendly CW romp. I thought it was gonna be really campy, really cheesy. And then we saw the trailer, and Robin's dropping F-bombs and shooting people in the face
and stepping on their throats.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right. Like, literally, when I watched that scene, I was like, all right, DC. I'm like, okay.
I'm only vaguely learning the names now. There's Beast Boy, Starfire, Robin,
and Raven.
Raven. Someone said this series is mainly going to be about her controlling her powers.
Yes.
She creeped me the fuck out in the trailer.
So I think they look good. We got no looks of Cyborg at all. So I guess Cyborg.
I'm trying to remember his name now from Justice. The actor who played him from Justice League.
Ray.
Ray
is his first name. I can't remember his last name. And he's from New Jersey, guys.
I thought it was one of those ones that's like hard to pronounce.
No, it's Ray. His real name is Ray something.
Oh no, I'm still thinking of Jamon from
Jamon Houston from Guardians.
No, he's not from Guardians. He's in Shazam. He's the guy who goes, "Say my name."
Oh, is that Jamon Houston, the black guy?
Yeah.
He's also in Guardians.
Yeah.
He's in Guardians. Bald head. He's got the spikes. Fucking Drax rips it out of his head.
I like how the very first time he said, "My kids had to talk me into a comic book movie." Oh, now you're in 2.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and you jump shit from the MCU to DCU, so that's obviously.
So Lawrence Fishburne, piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, Lawrence was smart. He went the opposite way. He went from DC to Marvel. Smart choice. Titans looks okay.
Yes.
It's going to be on, we talked about this earlier, it's going to be on the DC Universe series. It's a TV series. So it's going to be on DC Universe, which is the new streaming service that DC's starting up. Let's put it this way. I'm not going to pay money for this streaming service.
I've already said it's going to be on Netflix by the end of the year.
Yeah. But I'm not going to say I'm going to go out of my way, but if I can get a chance, I will watch Titans. Titans looks okay. I like the guy they got for Robin, Brandon Thwaites. He's really cool looking. I wish they got a better look for the girl for Raven. I'm not too big of a fanboy to give a shit about the Starfires with the color change because she's a black chick, but she's a goddamn alien, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Beast Boy.
Beast Boy looks good, I will say. Beast Boy does look good.
He looks like he's in a K-pop band.
Yeah, yes, he does. Yes, he does. He's like a light green Nightwalker, or Nightcrawler.
Yeah,
it's kind of.
I don't know. I feel like we get a couple months, we'll get like, oh, have you ever seen this fight scene from so and so, and then then we'll actually get to judge it from that. Yeah. But as you said, I'm not gonna go out of my way for this.
Some other news things that I want to talk about. So this article came out about a week or so ago that I saw, which is funny because the first time it came up was a year ago in June of last year. So the game Aliens Colonial Marines was notably known for being a shit game.
Yeah.
Mainly for a lot of reasons, but mainly reasons the AI of the xenomorphs in it are horrible. They come running at you full speed. There's no tactics whatsoever. They don't try to hide. They don't try to sneak up on you, and it's all because of a single letter typo. One letter. So someone found out that if you went into the actual code of the game, there's a thing that says attach pawn to tether, which is supposed to attach the xenomorph to a tether of a zone, so they know where to go, how to flank you, do those things. Too bad they wrote tether T-E-A-T-H-E-R instead of T.
That's how I always taught it.
Yeah, tether. So because of a single letter, it ruined the entire AI for an entire video game, which speaks a lot to the quality control of this video game company.
With the video I just posted this week in Alien Isolation, they did the clever program and all that. It said it had the best AI in the game so far. The xenomorph pretty much had two brains.
Yeah.
One would know where you were all the time, and it would feed hints to the second brain to the general area where you were.
Isolation was a lot of fun that I played. It was a slow burn of a game. I couldn't get too long into it before I got bored. That was the only thing.
How many times did you die?
I didn't even meet a xenomorph.
Really?
I played the game for like a good solid 4 hours and I didn't meet a xenomorph.
Yeah, I would have probably quit by then.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I gave up. So I might go back to it because I heard it is good. But Colonial Marines...
I heard it's very frustrating.
Colonial Marines is fixable with one letter. So you guys can go Google that and find out. If you really want to go back and play Colonial Marines, something you have to do on a PC so you can actually go into the code writing and actually manipulate it. But it's very interesting.
We have other trailers. Speaking of monsters.
Yes, so there were some big trailers that came out, and when I say big, we're talking about big because we're talking about Godzilla.
It looks so good.
It looks decent. It really does.
And I mentioned it to you, although you haven't seen the movie. At the end of King Kong, this isn't even really a spoiler.
So Skull Island, the recent Kong movie.
Yes, at the end, there's two scientists. They bring Tom Hiddleston and Alison Brie. Captain Marvel. They bring Captain Marvel and
Brie Larson.
They bring
Alison Brie's on Glow. Brie Larson's.
They bring Captain Marvel and Loki into this room, and and they go, Kong isn't the only one. There's others, and then they just start showing footage, and then it ends with Godzilla's roar. That's why I thought with this trailer, you're gonna get like just a quick peek of Kong, like.
So Warner Brothers, people don't really know, if you don't really pay attention to the movies, what's going on in the production. Warner Brothers is reworking their monsters right now.
Although Dark Universe failed.
Yes.
Although I liked it. I thought the Mummy was good.
So the new Godzilla that came out a couple years ago with Bryan Cranston and Aaron Taylor Kitsch.
Great movie.
Awesome. Kong Skull Island and The Mummy were the first three of the rebooting of the Warner Brothers monsters. And the Warner Brothers monsters, the Warner Brothers own everything when it comes to monsters. They own Frankenstein, they own Wolfman, they own Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Mummy was supposed to be their whole other thing, Dark Universe. And then it was going to go Mummy, Wolfman, all that.
Yeah.
They still have cast Wolfman and the Mummy.
Yes.
I believe Johnny Depp is the Mummy and Javier Bardem is the Wolfman?
I guess they're just like, oh, so the Benicio del Toro one didn't work, so now we got to get a new Spanish actor.
I enjoyed the Benicio del Toro one.
It wasn't horrible.
It wasn't horrible. You could see the twist coming though.
Yes, totally. It was totally predictable.
Oh, if I'm here, who's doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, Dad?
Yeah, why does Anthony Hopkins always get sucked into roles like that? I don't understand.
Well, it's better than his fucking Transformers role. He's going downhill real quick.
Yeah, he really is. He's getting I think he's getting like kind of like weird in his old age.
He's
like, fuck it, I'll do anything.
He's gonna try and be comedic in the next Hannibal Lecter movie. If ever do one.
Oh man. So the new Godzilla, it's going to be 11 from Stranger Things fighting Godzilla. No.
That's exactly what you thought in the trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, I sat there and went, she looks weird with hair.
So Millie Bobby Brown, famed casting as 11 from Stranger Things. She's got one of the major roles in the film.
Vera Farmiga.
And I can't remember his name, but...
Ken Watanabe?
Ken Watanabe, is he back?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see him.
He had the helmet on.
Oh, I did. You know what? That's cool.
I'm glad.
I'm glad. I love Ken Watanabe. But also the geeky guy from Silicon Valley,
Thomas Middleditch.
Yeah.
James Cromwell. No, it's not James Cromwell. Fuck.
Wait, the farmer from Babe.
Yeah. you know who I meant? The leader of Game of Thrones got shot in the toilet.
Oh, Charles Dance. Yeah. Charles Dance.
I never got that. Way off. Shit.
Tywin Lannister. Yes.
Yes, he's in it. Do you even want to go through all the monsters? Godzilla, of course.
We saw Mothra. We saw Mothra. We saw Rodan. We saw Ghidorah. So we're going to have the three-headed flying beast. Rodan's the flying pterodactyl-looking one. Mothra. It's basically Godzilla versus a lot of flying things.
But Mothra seemed the most peaceful because that's the one she pets on the nose.
Yeah.
And I think it's Rodan was the one flying, and there's just the wake of destruction.
Yes.
This is going to be one of those ones where I just go, okay, who's good and who's bad?
Yeah.
But are they also misleading us like they did with Godzilla, where all the trailers just showed Godzilla, not the monsters he was actually fighting?
And that was the big thing. So I didn't know going into Godzilla, because Godzilla going to be a hero or not. And he ends up being a hero, which was great. I think they did it very well.
Oh, yeah.
The whole let them fight thing. That was great for you to come on.
There wasn't a lot of Godzilla. A lot of those fight scenes got... Oh, there he is, and the door's closed.
Yes. So this movie looks really epic. I mean, we see destruction on the mass scale.
Yes.
Like the White House and everything like that is all destroyed, everything like that. Which I guess this is another good question. If these movies are all tied together in the same monster universe, so is this Godzilla movie gonna like destroy the planet, or the next one's gonna be like post-apocalyptic world? Because this Godzilla movie looks like he literally fucking levels the United States.
That's what I was telling you. The Mummy, this old holder thing. I hope they continue it, because I was even watching it the other day. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's Tom Cruise fucking running around jumping shit.
Tom Cruise with mummy powers, though, is just like...
Have you seen Mission Impossible?
I have, and I kind of want to see Fallout.
I do, too.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to see Fallout.
Just so I can stand up in the middle of the theater and... broken ankle.
Yeah, yep. That was the best scene.
What was our other... Did we have another trailer?
So we didn't have another trailer, but we did have a little bit of news that we wanted to bring up, just because we always talk about nerd stuff and geek stuff. And
is this the one where I'm going to start getting angry right now?
Yeah, it is. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on it, but we do want to bring up the fact that...
Me and you spent like 20 minutes on it.
Yes. So director of the Guardians of the Galaxy first two films has now been fired from directing Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He wrote the first two as well, along with other writers.
And
but
he had the writing spots for the Guardians and Avengers Infinity
Yes,
War. I
yes.
believe in the 4 as well.
Yeah.
I believe they're going to still use his script for 3.
Okay.
I don't see why they would take that away from him.
I would
it's
say
already done.
That was a big fear of mine, because he made a perfect script for the first two films. So I would love to see him continue.
And he says he even like puts the sound, what song should be where.
Yeah. He does a really hands-on role with he's what made Guardians of the Galaxy acceptable to people that didn't know shit about Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm a big comic book fan. I never knew a goddamn thing about Star-Lord, about Gamora, Drax, or anything until I saw the first film, and he made a film that made me care about those characters. So,
and it also made a lot of old songs very popular again.
It did, and it's a shame. Like we talked about it length, and we don't want to get too like heavy-handed or deep within it, but.
It's like if you got a much more high-profile job, and then they looked at your Facebook from 5 years ago.
Yes,
you're getting fired.
I'm gonna get fired. That's totally gonna happen.
And mostly your thing is just eating ass.
Yeah. But I share some horrible jokes.
It's like you becoming a teacher, Oh, sir, we
we
can't have these morals here.
I guess the key word is always remember to delete your browsing history and delete your tweets, I guess is the say. This is my thing. I said it to you before. James Gunn was a horror director. That's who he was.
Also, if you guys didn't know, Slither, he wrote Dawn of the Dead.
He directed Romeo and Juliet.
He wrote the Belko Experience.
Yes. So he's known for doing shock horror films. And the jokes that he laid out in tweets, although they are hardcore jokes, they're pretty fucking intense. In my opinion, they are jokes. Like,
yeah.
And this is how I put it earlier when I was talking to Bill. If you go out and you hire a guy, and you're like, hey, we want to give you a job. And this guy, the first thing he told you, because he did this, he apologized for it, the first thing he told you before he even works for you, he says, listen, this is who I was. This is the type of person I was. I've said a lot of shitty, crazy things because I was this type of guy. I'm letting you know now. And then 5-6 years later,
after he brings you multiple,
want to fire him for those things he said that he told you and warned you and apologized about, makes no sense.
It's like we said with Johnny Depp. Apparently beat his wife. Oh, let's keep making another Pirates movie.
Yep.
Robert Downey Jr. broke into a house to rob him.
Yeah.
I'm not saying fire Robert Downey Jr., but
that's
the double stigma. You're about to buy the company that directs and puts out Deadpool movies where they just say horrible things for the fuck of it.
Yeah. And it's just a shame because now Gunn's name is being dragged through the mud and going to be getting compared to the Harvey Weinsteins and the Kevin Spaceys and the Louis C.K.'s when he didn't actually physically do anything. He made shitty jokes. And I made this comparison before. Louis C.K. is a comedian. He's made shitty, ridiculous, over-the-top jokes for years and never got a problem for it until we found out he was forcing people to watch him masturbate. But that's a whole other story altogether.
Very different thing.
But James Gunn, in the same breath, made a lot of crazy, ridiculous jokes, but he didn't do anything else.
No.
He didn't, he's not being accused of molestation or rape or anything like that. He's got fired because he made some stupid. Let's put it this way: I hate to divide our crowd, but I imagine anyone that watches the show will probably agree with me. If Donald fucking Trump can tweet the bullshit that he tweets every goddamn day for the last 2.5 years and be the president of the United States, I have no belief in my mind that James Gunn should be getting fired for tweets from 10 years ago.
And it's what we just looked up right as we were about to start. The petition, 50,000 people. It's going to go up, right?
Oh, yeah. 50,000 is probably already 75,000 at this point.
Well, it's probably even higher by that now to rehire James Gunn, which I believe should happen.
I
gave you guys...
I agree.
Multiple successes.
Yes.
And has
He's proven that he is a bankable director.
Dave Bautista already said he's not okay with this.
Yes, and also Pat Oswalt also came out and spoke in defense of James Gunn too. It's rough. It's rough. It's a shame.
But it's also, as you said, if they rehire him now, it could do more damage.
More damage. I understand the zero tolerance thing, and I understand it's Disney. I get it, but this one doesn't sit right with me. I'm not gonna lie. Out of all the things that have happened since the Me Too movement happened a little under a year ago, this is the one where I'm like, all right, guys, like.
But I also think people forget Disney owns like ABC, Desperate Housewives, and all that, where it's just sex.
Yeah, of course.
They own like all these different companies where it's not everything is Disney-esque.
Yes, yeah.
And I think people forget that.
So
that's where this comes out of completely left field.
Yeah, it's a shame. But me and Bill and millions of fans, obviously, or at least 50,000 that we know out there, are our fingers crossed that James Gunn does not.
I went and saw Belko Experiment just because he wrote it.
Yeah.
And I said it was good just because he wrote it.
I mean, and you brought it up too. I mean, how's it going to feel to be Sean Gunn on the cast on the
his own brother
going to be filming the Guardians 3, and his brother got fired from film directly? Is he going to walk away now?
I wouldn't blame him.
Would you
blame him?
No, I wouldn't, and that's what I mean. That's weird, and he's a great character in those films. So it would be a shame to dismantle something that they've built that's been so great. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the hugest fan of Guardians 2. It was a good movie, but I mean, the world he's created and these characters introduced, he's made a niche. He's put his stamp on the Marvel world, and it's a shame to see that he's not going to be a part of that, or most likely will not be a part of that in the future.
All right, let's cheer this up. Overlord.
Overlord does look badass.
Very confusing.
Produced by J. Abrams.
Which I was telling you on the way down here, you could honestly make a movie about the Cheetos Cheetah.
Yeah.
And say, produced by J.J. Abrams.
People were going to go see it.
I'm intrigued. I wonder how many lens flares there's going to be.
I remember saying that like before Force Awakens came out. I was like, you know what? In JJ, I trust. I mean, I'm not a Lost fan, but I got to give JJ credit for creating Lost. I got to give JJ credit for Super 8, Star Trek. You know, he hasn't made the first Cloverfield. Yes. He hasn't made a wrong move in Hollywood. In the last 15 years, he's been a part of Hollywood. Everything he puts out is grade A content.
And Alias was as well, correct?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
He had other ones. I forget though.
So it's shitty to think that like everything that he touches is going to be gold. Like, I mean, the Star Wars movies are, you know.
Yep. Last Jedi wasn't his. We're not getting into that. But no, this movie. What did you say it was?
I said it looks like the horror movie version of Captain America.
Just with the super serum going wrong.
Super serum going horribly wrong, and the Nazis using it, not the Americans.
The zombies look very weird, especially the one scene with "What'd you do to me?" and then the head just flies back. I'm just going, okay.
So it's a World War II film where the people are paratrooping into Nazi-occupied France, and they end up fighting. Looks like they're fighting Nazis. And there's some super soldier serum that they're using, turning their soldiers into more or less zombies.
We're also a video game thing. We didn't say the obvious. It's Wolfenstein.
It's Wolfenstein. It's Wolfenstein. Let's be real. What was the name of the chick? Frau
Anger?
Engels?
Something like that. We'll let you know.
That'd be awesome if she's like the villain. That would be really cool.
Well, it's a J.J. Abrams movie.
And this is just a Wolfenstein movie, and they just label it as Overlord. And,
well, this was supposedly supposed to be another Cloverfield sequel, so I swear to fuck if that monster just showed up at the end again, I'm done.
I had heard that this is supposed to be a part of the Cloverfield universe, so who knows? Who knows?
Or it was just rumored, I don't know. No. But it looks very, very intense.
Yeah.
Hell's Bells was a great song for that.
That was a good choice. It amped up the action. It made it look like this is going to be a fun movie to see.
It looks like it's going to be twisted.
Yeah.
And I looked at Reese, I was like, if this isn't a hard R. And I expect, this guy with half his face missing, of course it's going to be hard R.
It's got to be. I imagine it is. And that brings up a better question. Has JJ produced a hard R film? I don't think so.
No, I think the last two Cloverfields are both PG-13.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he has.
Yeah, no, I don't.
This might be his first R-rated movie.
Yeah. So I'm on board. I think
it was all the trailers, wasn't it? Or did we miss one?
No, I think that's
there's Glass, which looks amazing.
Glass, of course.
You still need to see Split.
I haven't seen Split, but I've seen it, and I love Unbreakable, so I'm super hyped on seeing the trilogy of this work out. It's cool to see M. Night Shyamalan back, like, making films that people care about.
Yes. Yeah, Devil was just bad.
I enjoyed Devil. I enjoyed it.
I did as well, but at the same time, you're just like, this is just bad.
I never said it was great. I never said this was like a high quality.
It's like me with Doom. I'll watch it if it's on.
Yeah.
I like that ending of just who the devil is.
Yes.
You're just like, oh shit.
Yeah, Devil.
Didn't see that one coming.
Devil was. It was something.
Lady in the Water. Happening. Wasn't happening.
No, happening wasn't. The Village was the last film of his that I saw that I cared about. And that was
what was right after The Village? Was that?
Lady in the Water.
So wait, did they go Sixth Sense, Signs?
Sixth Sense, Signs,
okay.
Village.
I didn't like Signs.
You like Signs?
Yeah. Joaquin's in it.
Joaquin,
like
that's it.
No, and Mel Gibson. I knew he hated Jews back then. I'm not a fan.
I called it early, which is funny. Mel Gibson just came up because I was just watching the Imagination Land episode of South Park. So after Village was Lady in the Water, which was neither here nor there. Then after that was The Happening, which was
then was Devil. No, then was
he produced Devil.
Airbender.
He didn't direct Devil. He produced Devil. But then was Last Airbender. That was
that's when he went away for a while. He went, yep. I need to actually start thinking about shit again.
Yeah, I never saw Last Airbender. I've heard nothing but negative things about it.
I
have no desire to see it. And
but Split, I believe you'll enjoy.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about Split.
I think I saw a whole quote with Sam Jackson on working with James McAvoy, and it's like, I can't compete with that.
Yeah, McAvoy's a great actor.
He's doing 12 guys within 5 minutes. How can I compete with that?
Yeah, McAvoy's a great actor, so I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
I had a feeling it was going to confuse you when you see him doing, like, the Beast.
Yeah, well, I know, like...
You know, the The broad. Okay.
Yeah, the broad strokes of it.
But it's just also seeing that you're just like, Professor X got legs.
Yeah. And being bald doesn't help him at all. It doesn't help him at all.
I'm surprised we didn't get really much Marvel this year besides the whole James Gunn thing.
Well, yeah, I think Comic-Con, I think Marvel, like, reared itself back because it's, again, I think it's just a hangover of Infinity War.
I feel like it should have been like a rush job on like a 1 minute Captain Marvel trailer.
Yes, because we still haven't gotten a teaser yet, even for Captain Marvel.
And that's
March.
Yeah, they got time then.
Yeah.
But you didn't get like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but
yeah,
that's kind of on the decline for them, honestly.
Yeah, so I imagine by probably pre-Super Bowl, because by Super Bowl I think they'll be releasing a trailer too. So I guess probably by the Christmas movies that come out this year, we'll see a Captain Marvel movie. I need more MCU. That's my biggest problem. I need more MCU in my life.
Next year is the most movies in 1 year, isn't it? I believe, or is that this year?
This year was Black Panther, Infinity War, and Ant-Man. Next year will be Captain Marvel, Avengers 4, and Spider-Man. So there's three. I think they've never hit more than 3 in a year.
Can you blame them?
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of fucking content, a lot of work that's got to go in to make those movies happen. Far From Home, I guess we can talk about that they did. I don't know if we discussed the fact that Jake Gyllenhaal will be Mysterio, but they also casted the Arabic fucking badass dude from the Mummy movies. I can't remember fucking his name.
Omar.
Numar?
No, Omar Ated.
Yeah. So he got casted in Far From Home, and a lot of people are throwing the Craven name out there that he's going to be Craven in this movie.
Oh, I hate you so much because I remember like all the Mummy blooper things. They would always say his name. Dead Fair.
Yeah. So I love him.
Yes, he's great.
I think.
Deuce Bigelow.
Yes, Deuce Bigelow. I think it's a great addition. And here's another big reason. I love Jake Gyllenhaal, and I love the villain Mysterio.
You didn't see him being the main villain.
Mysterio to me isn't a main villain character.
Do you want him to be the Baron Zemo kind of, where he was supposed to be the main villain of Civil War, but he was just kind of in the background.
Yeah, so I would love to see Mysterio on film, because I love Mysterio as a classic villain, but he just doesn't seem like the type of villain that is really overly threatening. He does not seem like the type of guy that I'm like, oh no, Spider-Man's not going to make it. Mysterio, I'm like, Spider-Man's got to deal with this guy.
When he comes out and looks like Sergeant Klaus from Hellboy 2. Yeah. I have a problem.
Yeah, no. I'm expecting that this movie will have multiple villains, which is actually a stretch for Marvel. You don't ever see that in the Marvel films. You don't ever see more than one villain.
Yeah, that's mainly a DC thing. Speaking of the Aquaman trailer, it's all over the place. It starts with his brother, and then it's Black Manta, which I said to you, I was like, is that 50 Cent?
Yeah.
We actually we need to IMDb
we
that.
It might be 50 Cent for all we know.
Yeah, it's great acting.
Yeah, Orm and Black Manta seem like they're going to be the main villains of that film. And this reminds me of the old Spider-Man movies, the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, where they had multiple villains in their films.
Oh, you mean like that third one where they tried to just keep cramming him in and it failed?
Yeah, 3 goddamn villains, 3 of them in one movie. It's not a call. And then Amazing Spider-Man 2 had Electro, had Rhino, and then
and Green Goblin,
all in one film. So
Rhino was like the pre-credit.
Yeah, it wasn't really anything special, but still, that's...
You wasted Peter Stormare for nothing. No, that wasn't Peter Stormare.
No,
that was
Paul Giamatti. Which, Paul Giamatti must have really been hard up for fucking money. Yeah. To be like, you know what, yeah, I'll be a bald Russian guy.
I was in Sideways.
Yeah. I am an Academy Award nominated actor, for Christ's sake.
Remember Big Fat Liar? That was me.
I always bring Paul Giamatti back to being Pigfucker from Private Parts, the Howard Stern movie. That's whenever I think Paul Giamatti, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Remember one of those last movies with Frankie Muniz? That was me.
Yeah,
that was probably wasn't even. It was Frankie.
It was Frankie Muniz and Amanda Bynes.
Back before she went crazy.
Yeah, back before both of them. Well, Muniz didn't go crazy. Muniz kind of is like.
He doesn't want to do it anymore.
He's got health issues.
He races cars now.
Yeah, well, he when asked, he says he doesn't even remember filming Malcolm in the Middle. Like he has a big mental problem going on. We're like,
oh, that's not good.
Yeah, no, not good. So shout out to Frankie Muniz. We hope you're doing good wherever you are out there in the world.
I hope you were filming Stay Alive and just how.
Yeah, that was the last movie that he did. I think.
Yeah, you still need to watch it. You would just.
Do I need to watch Stay Alive?
It's a fun one. I'll admit it. It's funny to watch.
So what's been buzzing with you?
Trying to fix my piece of shit Xbox One.
Oh man, I thought you were coming over to the dark side.
Oh, I'm still going to.
Okay.
Because there's God of War I got to play. There's The Last of Us I got to play. There's Uncharted I need to play, which I haven't watched the fan film yet. Have you?
No, I have not.
It's Nathan Fillion, so I think we both have to watch.
Yes,
that.
I think we do. Yeah, that would have been a great choice 10 years ago when they first talked about it.
Oh, you mean when he was? I don't want to say in shape.
Well, when he was not 50.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Well, we're saying this before we even watched the fan film.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe that's the right thing to go. More of these like expansive games. Like, well, they just redid Tomb Raider.
Uncharted is, if you're going to talk about a video game that needs to be making a movie, Uncharted, it was like, they did the groundwork for you. That game is a fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like, so them being able to make that into a film, the fact that they're trying to get Mark Wahlberg attached to it years ago.
It's like we even said with Gears of War. That I feel like that doesn't personally need to be a movie. In my mind,
I don't think it needs to be.
It's already a movie in itself.
Yes. I'm surprised that they never pushed the Halo movie. Peter Jackson bought the rights to Halo like 12 years ago, and like that never happened. Halo was such like a benchmark.
They were trying to strike while the iron was hot, and they realized the budget cost.
Yes. So, I mean, that movie would have made all of its money back, and then some. So many kids, like, especially during the height. Like, I think Peter Jackson bought those rights around the time like Halo 3 was out, maybe not even out yet. So many. I'm not even a Halo fan, and I would have went and gone and got to see a Peter Jackson Halo movie because it would have been fucking epic.
Well, I mean, Prince of Persia failed as around that time. I believe Uncharted should be. They redid Tomb Raider. That seems to be working out well.
Yes.
Resident Evil was finally done. Thank you, God.
Yes.
This is just going to sound ridiculous. You know what I'd love to see? A Jack and Daxter movie. Live action.
That wouldn't be bad. But not to strip from Uncharted. You know what I would love to see if they did Uncharted? A Netflix series. I think a episodic series, because it gives you time.
And then each episode is one of the missions.
It gives you time for because Nathan Drake is a very vocal character. He's known for his jokes, he's known for his one-liners, stuff like that. I feel like that would give you time to give a shit about his character and have his character develop. His interactions with Sully, his interactions with the girls in the games, which I don't remember because I'm a horrible video gamer. But I feel like a Netflix series would do Uncharted a lot of justice.
I believe the next video game movie we'll probably see is The Last of Us.
Yes, which they've been trying to make that happen for a while.
With
Maisie Williams.
Yep.
And Joel Kinnaman, I think. The guy who played RoboCop.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Joel Kinnaman was who they were trying to do. Yes.
Yes.
I think he would be a good Joel. Maisie, I think, would be a great Ellie. Ellen Page 10 years ago would probably be perfect, but she's a little old now. She still looks like she's 18, so it's not like it would be a stretch. But
it's like Lucy Liu and all them. Those fuckers never age.
Never age. Good God, man. Fucking Ellen Page, she's like 35 or something. She still could play a high school character today. It's like Michael Cera. Like, those people will never be old.
It's like I just watched Jumanji. Welcome to the Jungle. I'm never proud of the thing. It wasn't terrible, but I found out, like, you have the three kids who actually were, like, 16, 17, and then the big black dude, he's in his mid-20s. I'm going, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, this big old man black dude is playing a 16-year-old kid.
I can fully say that it wasn't as bad as Central Intelligence. I'll tell you that at least. Man, that movie was terrible.
I can't make myself go see these.
My girlfriend's parents picked that one. We both sat with them midway through going, what the fuck? You guys aren't allowed to
Did you like the shower scene of Dwayne Johnson in fat suit dancing?
Oh, that was pretty funny. That was the only funny part. But no, Jumanji, I actually thought, it's alright. They made
Jack
it work.
Black, Kevin Hart, Rock, Karen Gillan, fucking Nebula, fucking Amy Pond from Doctor Who. Oh, man.
Karen Gillan's gorgeous.
Say magnifique. Is it worth me going out of my way to see?
It's on HBO right now.
So yes, for free is what you're saying. Yeah. We're not free, I pay for cable, but yes, okay.
In the broad sense, yeah.
Yes.
Free.
Alright, cool.
But it's a video game movie, technically.
Technically, yeah, which is so stupid.
They're trying to keep up with the times, Reese. Not everyone plays board games anymore.
I go to game night. I was at game night the other day.
Yeah, but...
I'm a dork, but it happens.
You have a very interesting look into Dungeons and Dragons that we're not going to repeat on here. That was like a 15-minute explanation before we even got to what the whole fucking thing was.
Yes, it is. So we have a lot of fun in game night, I gotta say. What's been buzzing with me, guys? So, if you guys might not have noticed, there hasn't been a new episode uploaded in the last 2-3 weeks because my computer broke.
You guys are also going to see this when episodes are re-uploaded.
Yes. So that comment's not going to make any sense to you whatsoever.
Yeah, the studio is falling apart.
Yeah, the studio's falling apart. You know what the worst part was? So I cleaned the fucking studio, and the day I cleaned the studio, I cleaned everything out, took all the beer bottles out, got rid of all our fucking fruit fly friends that have been hanging out. Computer breaks. Yep. And I'm like, shit, the beer was keeping the computer alive.
Just a memory of the good times.
Yeah. So I finally fixed the computer. I'm super excited about that. But other than that, it was buzzing me on.
No. Say what.
I was going to try.
Oh, no. You're not getting out of this one.
All right, so if you guys know, if anyone that
you can get some self-promotion out of this.
No one knows your computer. Sometimes your computer won't boot or won't load if you have things plugged into the USB ports. So I removed everything from the USB ports, because I'm not a complete idiot. I'm like, all right, cool. Still didn't work. And I was talking to my buddy who built my computer, and he was like, oh, do you have anything in the CD drive? And I'm like, maybe, I don't know. He's like, you should probably take that out. Like, it's probably why your computer's not loading properly. It's probably trying to boot off the CD drive. So, because I was trying to upload my own band's songs because I didn't have them on that computer, I had a CD of my band inside the CD drive. So I removed it, and now the computer works.
You were trying to get rid of the Windows theme and just have God's Greatest Gift as your intro song.
It's just, yeah. So, yeah.
Computer stone, shake that ass, bitch.
So Reese is that idiot that didn't remember to...
I wouldn't have thought of that either.
Yeah, honestly. No, I didn't even think.
Because at this point, who really uses that anymore?
Exactly.
You have Steam,
Dude,
you have all...
I put that CD in there months ago. Months and months and months ago.
When we first started filming, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So now the...
But then it's like CD drive is going to go away, which is also a sad thing to say, because everything's online now. Steam, GOG.
Oh yeah, GOG, good old games. I use GOG all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, Blizzard has its own little thing. Like discs are useless now.
It's kind of funny, man. It's like we live in a world, I remember, buying computers, not having a floppy disk drive on it. Because I remember when, that was a standard on everything. Now, just around, dude. Oregon Trail, Math Blasters.
The best part was with me just saying that. We honestly just watched a trailer for, if society went down with the internet and all that.
Yes.
That's exactly. It's happening now. If everything goes online and all gets shut down.
Dude, that happens at my day job. We use an online web service to for all of our invoicing and putting all of our jobs in. If our internet goes down, we are literally what the fuck do we do? It's like when you go to McDonald's, they're like, our computer's down, we can't sell you food. I'm like,
that's not what they say. Ice cream machine's down, what do you want?
Yeah. But have you ever been in when the computer's down, computer's down, we can't sell you food? I'm like, here's $1.06. Give me a double cheeseburger.
The worst.
You don't need to do hard math to figure this out.
The worst that happened to me was, it was during the last snowstorm. I was heading to work, and there's the quick check in Bordentown. I was like, I'm going to get a sandwich and all that. I'll have stuff to have for my lunch break. Yeah. Second I park and all that, power goes out.
Oh!
I honestly just sat there going, fuck am I going to do for food now? So I had to go to Wawa like a peasant. Although now there's the whole thing, you have to get to the secret menu. I'm going to try that.
And the sourdough sandwiches are awesome.
I haven't tried those.
They're really good. They're really, really good. The only other thing that's been buzzing with me, this has actually been a pretty busy week concert-wise. So I've already been to 2 concerts this week.
I saw.
Yeah, so Wednesday we went and saw Coheed and Cambria, Take It Back Sunday, and Story So Far at Festival Pier, which Coheed killed. That's what I was going to see. I'm not a big fan of the other 2 bands. Coheed killed, played a perfect set, played every song that you want to hear. They only played they have 2 new songs, they played one of them.
Did they play Vic the Butcher?
No.
Oh, that's the one I love to. I got to see that at Radio City Music Hall.
See, yeah, this is the second time I see Coheed, and I saw them before when they played with Between the Buried and Me years ago, and they killed then, and they killed this time.
What killed me was they were with Between the Buried and Me at Radio City Music Hall, but it's still seats, so I'm sitting there. I actually fell asleep during the
I fell asleep in a Between the Buried and Me show.
Not many people can say that.
No, not at all.
But no, we had walked around New York all day. We went to Obscura, that showed oddities that used to be on.
Yeah.
We got to go there, so we walked around New York all day. So I'm finally sitting there. I had 2 beers with me, and it just got to the point where you're comfy, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Next thing you know, I was opening my eyes in between birds, like, thank you, good night. And you're like, oh wait, shit. But yeah, so Coheed killed. We took a lot of awesome double nickel beers, some session IPs, some lawn surfers. And then
did you go to Dave & Buster's and start fighting kids for video?
No, I should have though. I should have. But just yesterday, I went and saw Weezer and Pixies. Which, all right. So here's the thing: it was Weezer, Pixies, and this band Sleigh Bells was opening. Sleigh Bells is one of my favorite bands. I fucking love Sleigh Bells. Me and my girlfriend went and saw them in Brooklyn, New York earlier this year. They killed in Brooklyn. They're from New York. It was like a hometown show. It was the last show of their tour. It was awesome. It was epic. We look everywhere online. Look at our tickets, everything. Concert at 7:30. Concert at 7:30. Concert at 7:30. All right.
It started like, what, 6:30?
It started at 7. Sleigh Bells went on at 7 o'clock.
Oh.
So, like literally, we went out to eat. We're like, and everyone in our group and our party was like, all right, cool. Doors are 7:30. We're going to get there perfect time. Like, me and Sarah, like, perfect. Like, we love Sleigh Bells. We're like, all right, cool, we'll get to see Sleigh Bells. The other couple we went with, they don't know shit about it. But we're like, all right, well, that's cool. Like, we can get there enough time. It's all set up. We went in, and we were like, all right, we're going to go up to the lawn, make sure we catch the band. They're like, all right, we're going to go to the bathroom. It was like 7:40. Doors were 7:30, and there was nothing going on stage except for people were, like, changing gear and stuff like that. We're like, oh, I guess they're setting up for Sleigh Bells. I guess doors were 7:30. I guess Sleigh Bells are going to 8.
You know better than that being in a band, though.
8 o'clock comes. Well, no, I don't. Because for being in a band, if the tickets say 7:30, that means the concert's not starting until 8:30, 9 o'clock. Typically, the concerts never start on time. Ever. Exactly. So being in a band, I would expect it to go later than it was, but it was everywhere online. Posted 7:30, and then we were asking people there in the show. They're like, "Oh yeah, the first band, like they went on at like 7. They were done by like 7:25, 7:30." Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, so we miss Sleigh Bells, Pixies, who literally have 2 songs that I know. One being "Where's My Mind." They opened the set with "Where's My Mind." Literally, that was the first song they played, which I think was smart because it like got everyone like, oh yeah, we all know this song. All right, now time for like 8 more songs that none of us know. But they were good. They were really, really good live. "Where's My Mind" sounded great live.
You were on the lawn.
Yeah,
dude, it poured last night.
Oh, dude, it poured. It down. There's so much. There's so much. So before we go to the show,
meanwhile, I'm sitting at home like just eating
tacos
and shit.
Yeah.
And like you're
cozy.
You're hearing the rain like manage to go like under the gutters and hit the windows. You're just like, I'm in here.
Yeah, no, I was standing out in that. So before the show, we go to a bunch of stores to look for ponchos. They didn't have any stores to go to. We go to CVS. They have them in CVS. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to buy you a poncho. Telling them my girlfriend, Sarah. And she's like, don't buy me the poncho. It's a waste of money. It's $10. Don't spend it. I'm like, I'm buying this poncho. And she's like, I'm not going to wear it. So if you buy it, I'm not going to wear it. So don't waste your money. And I'm like, all right, I guess I won't buy it. I got a hoodie in the car. So I have my hoodie. I get there. I end up giving her my hoodie. And she's like, yeah, you probably should have bought it. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, of course I should have bought the poncho.
Don't tell me how to spend my money.
So I got to stand there and get rained on as she wore my hoodie the entire night. So
for a night out in the rain, you don't sound as sick as I thought you would.
It was, the weather was good. It wasn't like overly cold with the rain. It wasn't hot at all, which was cool. And it didn't like rain hard. It just rained constant. It just was like a steady, constant raining for like fucking 4 hours straight. But the show was great. We had a great time. Again, drank some double nickel beers because they have double nickel beers at BB&T as well. So I got a chance to drink some good beers. I hung out. We met some cool people. We got to see some girl throw up directly in front of us. Awesome. It was an awesome time.
I think it was leaving that same Coheed show I mentioned. It was also on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh man, that must have been rough.
We're on the train. It's me and Jamie. I'm looking at this girl. I'm going, she's gonna puke. Jamie goes, I bet you she doesn't. Let's go. Oh, bitch, you just bet wrong.
Yeah.
Not even 10 seconds later, green beer everywhere.
Oh!
I just went, what was that?
So we were on the lawn, and we were like right next to one of the walkways that comes up from, that little center walkway,
yeah.
And they have steps that come up. That little like concrete slab of that walkway was maybe about 10 feet in front of us. So we were like right there. And this girl is wasted. She's coming up, and she literally stopped right at the end of the concrete slab, just literally 7 feet in front of us. And Like, the best part about it was the group behind us, like, so we just were laughing about it. So as we're finishing our beers, we were throwing them on the puke pile so people wouldn't step in it.
That's a smart idea. You got yelled at, didn't you?
No, we didn't. But
That's actually surprising.
We saved a lot of people. Because there were some people that come in and kick the cans and be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm like, you don't want to step there, dude. That's puke. And they're like, oh, cool. And actually, we met one of those people in the beer line. And it was a shame. She was like, thank you again for that. I'm like, yeah, you're wearing white flip-flops. We're like, we did not want you to have to deal with that. Like, that would have been a horrible, horrible start to your day.
This is how Bill and Reese are very different concerts. I would just sit there and go, wait for it. Get your phone out. It's going to be funny.
Slip in the puke. Oh, man.
We're going to send this to Fallon when you get famous.
Yeah. So, but it was awesome. Weezer killed. I mean, I am a huge Weezer fan of their very older shit. I like some of their hits. I love all the Weezer hits. You know, I love all the ones you would hear on the radio. But with that said, if they played 16 songs, I didn't know 2 of them. Like, it was an awesome set. They picked the perfect songs to play. They even encored, and before they closed the set with Saying Ain't So, of course. But before they got to that, all night I was like, I would love to hear Surf Wax America, which is kind of a deep cut off of the Blue Album. It's not really like a single, it's not a popular song, and they came out and they played it. So it was really cool. They did an awesome cover of Happy Together and mashed it up with Green Day Basket Case. It was really cool. I had a blast of a time.
I need to go to a concert. I just missed Warped Tour and the new band that I'm into, the Amity Affliction.
Yeah.
They're catchy as fuck.
Were they there?
Yes.
Okay.
And I just watched this.
I mean,
when we go on break, I gotta show you their one video.
You gotta catch those Australian bands, man. They don't come in the U.S. as often as you would like, man.
I got Parkway.
You got Parkway.
I got my next one.
What's that? I've never seen Parkway.
I even went, because my girlfriend, whenever we go see one of the bands I like, they're always foreign, and she always plays them for, like, she finally saw Ollie Sykes. Oh. She finally saw Winston from Parkway. She went, I didn't know what he looked like. I showed her what both the singers from Amity look like. She just went, no. I'm like, you say that now.
Yeah, wait till you see them on stage.
Like, she doesn't like the clean singer. She's like, nah, he's too small. And I'm not really for those guys to do the whole gray hair thing or the silver hair, whatever thing.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, if you're saying that now.
All right, so let's jump right into our top 3 video game soundtracks, which is, like I said, this is a list I fought a lot with myself. I thought it was going to be easy, and then I realized how many soundtracks I actually really love. You want me to start?
Yes, please.
I gladly will. So, number 3 on my list, Final Fantasy VII. Coming out of the gate. And actually, I'm surprised that this didn't make higher because of the music from this game. But the score for the Final Fantasy games, going all the way up to, I believe, 12 even. Nobuo Uematsu is the composer that composed the score for these games. And then the person that took over for him is the person he trained. So it's basically like a spiritual successor of Uematsu. But he is a genius when it comes to video game composition. I personally pick Final Fantasy VII. That's the one the music that sticks most with me. And there's so many great songs that I could pick from that, from the battle themes to Aeris' theme. But the one that always sticks out in everyone's mind is most likely Sephiroth's theme, which is called One Wing Angel. Which, if you gotta go out of your way and check out a band called the Black Mages, which is a progressive metal band that Nobuo Uematsu started. He plays the keyboard in, and they play metal versions of Final Fantasy soundtracks, and they are phenomenal. I actually missed an opportunity to see them live, and they came to Philly a couple years ago. But Uematsu's a genius, man, and those soundtracks for all the Final Fantasy games, from Final Fantasy VI, Kefka's theme, even the later ones, like everything that he does really has this really magical and fanciful type of feeling to him. And 7 was the one that really stuck out for me, and that's why I had to choose this. The music in that game just really made those moments so memorable. Mm-hmm. You know, like to spoiler to the death of Aeris, and Aeris' theme's playing. when we first get a glimpse of Sephiroth and his power and his abilities, when you get the big flashback of him stealing Genova's body, and you first time you hear One Wing Angel, it just everything about it just like creates this huge world for you, and the music is like literally the music is it's a character. So people always say that about like good scores, good soundtrack. The music has like it brings a spirit to the game that like you can't. That game wouldn't be that game if it didn't have that music. That music like kind of like made that game as great as it was. As much as the gameplay and the story did, the music helped along that much of it. So like, you're not a big Final Fantasy guy.
Yeah, I got lost completely in everything.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm staring at the wall and just going, yeah.
I will say for a fact to let you know that Uematsu is a genius. His compositions are great, and if nothing else, before we leave here, I'll play you the Black Mage's version of One Wing Angel, and then you get
oh, good. I have one of the songs to play you from my number one. Okay. I have to find it. I mentioned to you when you actually were showing me the list, and that's how it made it onto my list.
Okay, so Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy X as a series was on a couple of lists. Not surprising again. Like I said, Uematsu's really Uematsu is like the Hans Zimmer of video game. Like when you're looking at like, oh, I wonder who did the score for this video game. You see Uematsu's name, you know you're gonna be like, all right, this is gonna be fucking fantastic. Like that, it's really that caliber of level that Zimmer has for films, Uematsu has for video games. So what do you have for your number 3?
Gears of War.
Ooh, nice.
Just as we mentioned before, just with making it into a film, there's no point. The game in itself is already pretty much a film. It's like one of those deep down gritty, and it has its orchestral themes throughout the whole thing. Yeah. Like when you explore new areas and all that, and it's doing the whole scope and all that, it has the right music to fit the mood. Yeah. It has the right music to fit the action. And it's just always just works so well together, and people don't really realize that games that much now. Yeah. They'll just like throw a random soundtrack on, it's like, all right, that'll work.
You don't really like get a lot of it, they're there, but you don't have that real attention to detail of scores that you see in games like we did 10 years and prior. Nowadays, like I couldn't tell you a recent game where I walked away like, man, that score was amazing. You don't really have that feeling anymore. These games, older games, really have that kind of legacy when it comes to the music that was around the characters.
Gears is like one of the launch Xbox 360.
Yeah, totally.
And it just shows you the scope of like how much bigger things we're getting, and it's just how it would be used. The orchestras to like introduce new characters and all that, like the sinkholes that would show up and the enemies show up. The first time doing that, the orchestra like just kind of just goes along with it, and it's just when it's the huge area.
Something I see in Final Fantasy a lot, and certainly in a lot of games, did each character almost have their own theme? Like when you got like a Marcus moment or a Dom moment, like did they have like music that kind of accompanied their stories?
I want to say slightly for Marcus and Dom, because they would always be like the main two. Yeah, it would cut to right at the end of a mission, or as they're like get away, the music would swell up and all that. Yeah. It's gonna be in my own mentions, but I'm just gonna say it now. Like Doom would have had that type of thing. Like if you're exploring all that, if you know the music's picking up, you're just going.
Yep, like that. I'd always say that it was like when you walk into a room and like the lightning changes, the music starts up. You're like, fuck, all right, this is the boss battle.
There are so many things for that. Like if there's a save point and the music picks up, you can finish your health. Yep, you're fucked.
Yep, you know you're fucked. So my number 2. Easily could be my number 1. It could easily be the number 1 of any list of video game scores. It's number 2 only because I have a soft spot in my heart for my number 1. But number 2 is the Super Mario Brothers anthology.
As we said, it was on many lists.
Yes, the music to Super fucking Mario Brothers. I mean, as simple and you know,
it's super simple.
As it can be, it really just creates such a whimsical land. It makes every time I hear that music, my mind instantaneously goes back to playing those levels like as a small child.
Isn't there a guy who did it all on like a synthesizer?
There's been covers galore.
But no, he would be like, even if you won or if you died in the first part, he would play it all like a synthesizer.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that happened. No, it was on a violin. That's what it was.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen that. Yes, and that's the thing. Super Mario Brothers theme has been redone and covered by so many people.
It's so simple, but you just know it.
It's so iconic. It's so iconic. And my favorite Super Mario Brothers game, Super Mario World, the one for the Super Nintendo, I believe, in my opinion, that music is the most iconic out of all the music. Because obviously it built upon 1, 2, and 3 that we got on regular NES. But the Super Mario World's music was just so memorable, so iconic. The Bowser's Castle themes, the Star Road themes, the Enchanted Forest, the underwater levels, like everything. The Yoshi's portion of the map.
This is back when people could still handle underwater levels, and they weren't as hated.
Yes. It's not like the Water Temple of Legend of Zelda, but like that music. I mean, seriously, like it's like I had it as a ringtone, as millions of other people have had for a long period of time. The score and the music of Mario, again, as I said with the score for Final Fantasy, is in my opinion almost just as important, if not important, as the actual characters in Super Mario himself. It just really creates this whole world. Like as soon as you hear that. Like you know where you're at. You know, like you get this overwhelming feeling of nostalgia that pours over you, and it just really brings your entire mindset into this world. Like I am in the Mario world when you hear this music. Those songs, like I said, are just.
I can vaguely hear it in my head now for Mario 64 when you first face Bowser the first time. I'm not even gonna try to.
Yes, yeah. I started to, and I gave up because I don't want to ruin it.
Something like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Those songs bring back those memories. They're attached to those memories so tightly that, like, when I think of Super Mario Brothers, I instantaneously start thinking of the song. When I hear notes from the song, I instantaneously start thinking of Super Mario Brothers, the game. They go really hand in hand. Yeah. It's something that, like, you'll never forget. That's something that will always be with you for at least with me for the rest of my life.
All right, so my number two. I already told you I'm pulling a cop out on this one. Tony Hawk franchise. I'm taking all of it.
Oh, okay.
All of it.
Yeah.
Because we both know how diverse each soundtrack was for each game. When we were playing Tony Hawk 2, you'd have Papa Roach, Dead Cell. Was Raging on that one?
I think there was. I wanted to say Killing the Name of, but that was on Too Extreme. That was not on Tony Hawk. But I believe there was a Rage song.
Even just playing that first hangar level and all that. I believe in the later ones, like Redman was on Tony Hawk 3. They started going for like more of the rap and all that.
More hip hop, yeah. Dude, I told you before when we talked about it, when we talked about our top 3 sports games, that was the game that first introduced me to AFI and the Misfits, because AFI's cover of Last Caress, but the Misfits was when you won Rodney Mullen's video. So I mean, that game really opened the door for so many people for like new styles of music that they would have never heard. You know, when I was 1998, 1999, or 98, I think, whenever Tony Hawk came out, I didn't know anything about AFI. I didn't know the Misfits. I wasn't real big into punk like that back then. But that's now they're some of my favorite bands and some of my favorite songs. And that all started from Tony Hawk.
And I believe, well, that was also one of the first ones where I just started downloading my own music onto it. So I had like Meteora playing for Tony Hawk 4, I believe. I think that was that one. But I would have like Meteora, I had Billy Talent playing. I think I had AFI playing as well. Yeah. But it still did open me up to a whole bunch of different music, and it just fit well. And you would always try to land the trick right before it got right into the chorus. Yeah. Never worked.
I remember the big one that always stuck with me was Bring the Noise by Public Enemy.
I remember that.
That was always a big song I remember playing Tony Hawk. That always came back up.
Dead Cell always made me want to just like rush through the level. Yeah. Just kind of do everything, but I would always just end up bailing on things. Just failing worse and worse and worse.
The Tony Hawk games are so great now, and you played a lot of the later ones. I didn't. How was the soundtracks like American Wasteland and
I like those. Project 8. I remember being a good one, and it had a much more expansive feel. I believe you could even pick from like R&B, hip hop, and all.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I'm more than certain that you could on that one. 5, I never played because I heard such horrible reviews for it. And whichever one had the skate controller.
Oh God, I remember that. I don't remember what game that was, but I do remember when that happened.
Yeah, that's right around there. Project 8 was the last one I played. I bailed out.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Vocabulary for that, but I bailed out right after that.
Tony Hawk was always a super huge staple, and that's one thing I will say. Like, that was one thing that I was thinking about. We're talking about soundtrack and we're talking about score, because there's games out there that have soundtracks and they still have an orchestral score to them. I felt like with our list, it really should have been both of those worlds, and I'm glad that we both kind of did that, because I feel like, you
say it now, we still have honorable mentions to get to.
Yes, exactly. But it's good that we've included everything. We didn't exclude anything, because my number one has an orchestral score. But
mine does as well,
but
it doesn't.
But the soundtrack, the actual licensed songs they had on it, is kind of where I'm leaning to. Before I get my number one, I have like 6 honorable mentions.
Yeah, you have quite a few.
I have a lot.
I'm gonna let you go through some of yours first. I'll get some mine.
All right. So first and foremost, probably my favorite soundtrack of everyone on my honorable mentions, just because of so much fun. Katamari Damacy.
Yes. If you don't remember this game, you're what are you?
You're the prince.
You're
the prince. So you're the son of the king of all cosmos, and the king of all cosmos has got you to go to Earth and roll up these things, whatever, people, buildings, planets.
Yes, you guys remember those games? There was like another famous one, wasn't there?
Well, they did a couple. They did Katamari Damacy. We love Katamari. And they also did Katamari Damacy 2, and I think We Love Katamari was the Xbox One that they did.
I vaguely remember this. I just feel like there's another like spin-off of this, and I just can't remember the name. But no, I vaguely remember this game. I think it came out when X-Play was still a thing.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
God, we're fucking old.
Yes, we were that old. Morgan Webb and Ab Sessler.
Tech TV. It wasn't even G9.
Yeah, G4.
G4.
That too. Close enough.
G6.
It was the 5th sequel. But yeah, no, the Katamari Damacy, it was such a fun game, and this was one thing. So my ex-girlfriend, and I would call her a gamer. She was a gamer girl. But this was a game, and I always sold this to friends. I'm like, listen, if you have like a girlfriend or someone that's not like really big in the video games like that, let her play Katamari Damacy.
Mine thinks The Sims is a video game.
Katamari Damacy is so much fun. That's a game that like a 5-year-old could pick up and enjoy, or a 55-year-old could pick up and enjoy. It just really was so whimsical. The music was so great in Japanese and weird, but it was awesome. It created this awesome feel while you were playing the game. Another honorable mention, I don't feel like I could talk about video game soundtracks and not bring up The Legend of Zelda.
Hold on, what is your number one?
Where's your number one question?
You
know what my number one is. Come on.
Oh no, I thought you were. Oh, I know what your mentions is.
Yeah. So I had to bring Legend of Zelda. We started playing the opening theme earlier during our pre-show, and literally in the first like 3 notes, I'm like, nostalgia feels. Yeah. It's taking me back. The music to Legend of Zelda is just so fucking iconic and simple in a sense, but the music was just so fucking great.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bands, Horse the Band, was dubbed as Nintendo Core because their keyboard in their band sounded like an 8-bit Nintendo. They used one of my favorite themes. It's a song called the Curse of the Bunalophagus. And it's the dungeon theme from Legend of Zelda, and it's just, I love it. It's just so great.
I believe you played with a Nintendo Core band, Power Glove.
Oh yeah, I totally played with Power Glove. Yes, I totally played with Power Glove. I wouldn't even put Power Glove's they're like nerdcore. They play Mortal Kombat theme. They play the Power Rangers theme. They play Nintendo songs. They play the X-Men theme. Like they really they cross the nerd
I remember
spectrum.
You guys played with them at Champs. I was outside smoking when I still smoked, and I just remember someone coming out like they had to stop the show for a minute. Like someone got punched and they fell over and hit their head, and I just went, what do one of my friends do now?
Yep.
And it was one of my friends who was in another one of the bands at the time. I'm not going to say it, Justin Mitchell. But, apparently, I just remember going in and seeing them, and I believe it was right when Mortal Kombat was starting, and I ran into you. And it was just a very fun night. I just went, I've never seen shit like this.
Yeah.
I believe they were wearing Power Ranger outfits.
Well, that and there was a one guy in a Black Ranger costume in the pit that you might remember, and he was probably the most active person in the Power Glove pit.
Yes.
But they were great though.
Yes.
The Nintendo Core is something that I totally feel needs to make a comeback into the metal scene. I would be all
It's probably
for
just there. We just don't know it.
Yeah. But yeah, the Legend of Zelda, man. I gotta throw a shout out to them. You talked about Tony Hawk, Pro Skater. I can't do a soundtrack episode and not bring up Thrasher Skater Destroy. Thrasher Skater Destroy was an awesome PS1 game. The skateboard mechanics were way more realistic than Tony Hawk. This was the skate. Like, we all played Tony Hawk. Everyone loved Tony Hawk. But Thrasher was a game that me and my buddies played that not many other people played. And the soundtrack to it was great. It had punk, it had rock, it had hip hop. It really focused a lot more on the old school hip hop. You had, Run DMC. You had African Bambaataa, Planet Rock. It's a Public Enemy on there. Like, Thrasher Skater Destroy soundtrack was a huge benchmark for me. One that I've realized that we both left off our list. I'm just throwing it in. I didn't even write it down.
You just reminded me of one, by the way.
Can't not talk about GTA.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, we
Yeah.
fucked up there.
We can't not talk about GTA. GTA from the gate has always delivered awesome
Yes.
fucking soundtracks.
And I could probably be wrong on this. Do you ever think there's like the original parody-ish songs on there, or am I just thinking shit in my head right now? Because I feel like I've heard parody-ish songs on there.
I think you have. I don't think that's incorrect. I
think it's real. Like, I feel like they made fun of November Rain and all that type of shit.
I mean,
Maybe?
It's not that surprising though. Like, would it really be that surprising to
No.
find that out?
It's like I told you, I would always tend to listen to talk radio.
Yeah.
I know how boring it sounds to
Lazo,
some people,
dude, Mike
but
Lazo
God,
was
they're
great,
so
dude.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and
when
the
you actually
commercials
listen to
were always amazing.
them. But that's what I always listen to. I would go back and forth and all that. But no, you mentioned your own mentions. You just made me think of one.
What's that?
SSX Trick.
Oh man, yeah, West End Run DMC.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, of course, you get the whole special meter. You get Tricky to play,
Yeah.
but just the soundtrack for that was great.
Dude, I loved SSX Trick.
Oh, it's great.
I think we talked about it on our Top 3 Sports episode. That game, I was a game I rented from Blockbuster, dating myself, because I was renting games from Blockbuster.
There's still a Blockbuster in the world. Calm down.
In Alaska.
No, it's not in Alaska. And they just had a whole story. I forget where it was.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's in Alaska anymore.
Okay. But SSX Tricky, dude, I rented from Blockbuster and I never returned it. I kept it forever. I love that game. I played that game so much. I was
You're
really
the
good.
reason they closed.
Yes, I'm the reason Blockbuster got shut down.
I probably made that joke last time. I remember.
But no, SSX Tricky was good. And my last honorable mention that I got to bring up. The score was great because it was a good game, and it didn't really have a lot of huge elements in the score. It accompanied the game very well. But the final song, I cannot bring it up. Portal. Portal was a multi-platform.
You play it for me all the time.
Dude, Still Alive, and so the villain from the game.
It's just such bad, good lyrics.
It
at the
is.
same time.
It is. Yeah. The villain from the game, GLaDOS, is a computer program, and once you beat the game, she sings this song to you called "Still Alive," and it's so whimsical and like kind of cheesy, but the lyrics are dark and fucking warped. Just like it's a very perfect embodiment of the game. It's fun. It's enjoyable. Anyone can get along to it, but at the same time, it's really like, oh my god, this is actually really fun.
Bite the bullet for it.
All right, you go with the cider.
Yeah, well, Mortal Kombat for these two.
Actually, this isn't bad.
That is very pineapple.
It's very lemony.
But for mine,
Yeah. So, what are your honorable mentions?
the Halo franchise.
Oh man,
Because
totally.
as I mentioned also with Gears of War, it just fits it so well. As the action picks up, the music picks up.
Oh.
I'm so tired of those videos. I hate those videos. I'm just like, there's people standing in line behind you going, "This fucking."
But dude, that Halo score was iconic.
Oh, yes.
Man. And then I think it was Halo 2 or Halo 3. Steve Vai did like the metal cover of the Halo theme.
No, I believe in the game. I want to say it's the end of 2 or 3.
Yeah.
When you're fighting like the elite guards and all that. Hoobastank.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna date myself now.
Oh man.
They did it was just all instrumental, but it's just like heavy as shit, and it's just.
That reminds me of Test Drive 4 or Test Drive 5.
What was the reason? One of the songs.
The reason was on there, but remember the big song in the commercials was Salival.
Saliva.
What the fuck was that name of that song? Oh man.
Boom?
Yeah, boom.
Oh,
Click, click,
God.
boom. Click, boom.
That hard. Wow. Yeah, she did that better than I think the singer does.
Oh,
I can't talk shit to the singer though, because I like one of his songs, and people are gonna hate me for this. And I know I've already told you this before.
What was this?
The only song I like from the Spider-Man soundtrack.
Oh man,
Nickelback.
The Nickelback, yeah, the Nickelback song. You know what? Here, I'm gonna put it out there like this.
It's a good song.
It's not a bad song.
It's
It's
decent.
not a bad song.
It's before we got
Spider-Man 2.
Rockstar. That was Spider-Man 2. No, Spider-Man 2 was Dashboard.
Wow. Okay. Maybe it was one. I guess it was one.
Yeah, neither me or you remember the one for 3.
No.
We just went. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, no. I saw 3 like once on TV, like years after it came out. I was like, I'm so glad I never paid attention.
And we just watched another trailer with Topher Grace in it. We just
Yes.
went, wow, your career is going great. But no, my other honorable mention would be Doom.
Okay.
Yeah, like the soundtrack for that, everyone knows.
Yeah.
It's just picks up what it needs to.
You know, yeah.
That's exactly what we were talking about. When you walk into the room and the music picks up, you're just like, oh,
Like, all right, shit's about to hit the fan.
Like, do I have full ammo?
Yeah.
But those are the ones that just. We'll even go back to Tony Hawk. Those are the games that introduced you to so much more music.
Yeah.
Like the Doom and Gears of War, they introduced the more orchestral themes.
Okay.
See how the mood goes with gaming.
Yeah.
My number one. We're not gonna get to you.
Yes.
That's yours first.
Yes. I will get to mine. But like, you know, there's so many other people out there that's gonna be watching this. Like, you guys didn't talk about Pokemon. You guys didn't talk about these. There's so many other, like, whenever we do our top 3 list, we know we're excluding dozens of other great games, but these are the ones that stuck out to us, that were the ones that like we hold dear to close to our hearts. And for anyone that knows me, I think I've said this like so many fucking times.
I'm just gonna say this right now. If you hear that, you're not gonna think Halo first.
Yes.
Like, oh, mission's about to start.
Yeah. So my number 1 is
yours is so easy,
so obvious. So I talked about earlier about games that have scores and they have soundtracks. This game has a score, like an orchestral score that goes along with the game, which is also very and has a lot of notoriety and memorable.
But it's more known for the soundtrack.
The soundtrack of the Fallout series. I mean,
not 76. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet, but
it's gonna be on there.
Something. I don't know what it is, man. Like, I remember when I first got Fallout 3. That was my first introduction into the Fallout world, and there's nothing I could really compare it to, like listening to like Frank Sinatra and Ella Fitzgerald and
while you're
Dean
shooting
Martin,
people in the face.
Shooting people in the face. It just it created a perfect storm for me. I would drive like my grandma R.I.P. Like when I would take her to like doctors' the visits and like drive her around the places, I would put on the Fallout 3 soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, dude, all the time.
That's awesome.
And we would sing along to it, and she's like, "You know these songs?" I'm like, "Of course I know these songs. We're on Fallout. I love these songs."
That's like how my mom was when I would drive around places and put on the Guardian soundtrack. She's like, "You know these?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why don't you catch up to date, Mom?
There's just something about these 1950s and 1960s tunes just really create such an atmosphere and such a world that
gives you that experience you want. The games like that old, like I don't want to say old world, but like different world type feel. Things are different in the Fallout series.
Yeah, it totally gives you that alternate universe reality.
Like the bombs dropped. You don't have bands going on tour going, we know your city blew up. Still come see us.
Exactly. So when the bombs dropped in the Fallout world, the 50s music and 60s music was what was going on at the time. So that's all we got now. So in the post-apocalyptic future is nothing but the last things that were recorded, and it was these 50s and 60s hits, you know. And dude, from Jesus Christ,
I saw the worst side quest ever.
What's that?
People living in the wasteland have recorded a demo, and you have to get it to the radio station to get it to play.
That sounds like my real life.
And then it just comes out as like a hardcore band. You're like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, that would be my real life.
That's like the worst mission ever.
with your Bing Crosbys, your Billie Holidays, these huge acts and names from the 50s and 60s. It's such an awesome world to step into.
Yes.
To run around and fucking shoot super mutants.
And it just feels so cool because the power that you drive is like what people at that time thought we would be like right now.
Yes.
And that's what makes it even more retro and so much more fun.
Yeah, it really does. Fallout's world, it creates such a feeling of nostalgia and such a feeling of a whole nother universe within itself. And the music is one of those things that drives that home. And honestly, as much as I love the gameplay and I love the story of Fallout, the music from Fallout is a big reason why Fallout is my favorite fucking game, because of that world and that atmosphere that the music creates. I mean, we will do another 20, 30 fucking list, and you'll hear me rant and rave about how much I love Fallout at least a dozen more times, guaranteed. But with that said, let me not go into much. What is your number one?
Mass Effect. No.
Oh, exactly.
I meant you just said because you're fair. No, BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
Which
was great too, because that your mind got changed from us looking at the list.
Yes, it was originally going to be Doom.
Yes.
But things happen. But no, it has just one of those simple, as we were saying, like old-timey scores, like not like the Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, all that, but more of like the simple like 1920s type music, where it's just more of the instrumental, I want to say.
Yeah.
But throughout the game, you get, as I was telling you, the time rips where our more modern music comes through.
Really? Okay.
I know people are going to hate me right now. I'm going to get this song, but I feel like Hurt comes through.
Oh, by
Nine Inch Nails. They're different versions of it. And Tainted Love comes through.
Ah.
And like you're hearing like through the different eras, and she's going, I can't control this, and you're just going, doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah. I know this song.
It's just one of those fun ones, because you're going through 1920s, different America.
Yes, yeah, alternate timeline, 1920s.
Yes.
As we talked about our alternate timeline episode.
But it's just so much fun. Like, the game already, I just love the story so much, but the music adds to the story. It puts you in the time where you are. You're actually Booker DeWitt. This is your time. This is how you have to survive. And all that. And the music, you're getting glimpses of the future. Because, as we both know, the BioShock timeline is just all over the fucking place.
Now, here's a question. It's a little off the beaten path with soundtracks. Do you think that we have enough, we left the world open enough for another BioShock game? Do you think that's going to happen?
Yes, and I want it to happen so bad instead of Anthem. Oh, wait, that's BioWare.
BioWare.
Fuck!
Yeah, so, well...
I saw that they are developing it. There's supposed to be another BioShock game in the works somewhere. Personally, we talked about TV series earlier. I would love a BioShock TV series.
I think that would be cool.
That'd be fucking awesome.
I really only I've witnessed all of when my ex played one, and I sat there side by side with her. She played, so I feel like I've played one, and I played a little bit of two myself.
I had many very drunken talks with my girlfriend. She doesn't know. She knows I'm drunk.
Yeah.
But I texted her because in my head, I'm just like, I want to write it because I know what I want to see.
Yeah.
And I just honestly asked her, I was like, would you rather see a city in the clouds or a city in the sky? And she went, sky. I went, fuck, you're supposed to. Or city in the water or city in the clouds? She went, clouds. I went, fuck, you're supposed to say water.
You're supposed to say water. You're supposed to say water.
But that's honestly one of those things I would love to see. That's one of the ones I would love to see. I didn't want Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
I didn't want, what was it, 6 more Resident Evil films? I didn't want that.
Yeah. Who did want those? Obviously someone did, because people were paying money to go see them.
Yeah, they must be sad and lonely.
Yes.
I kind of wanted the Warcraft one. House of the Dead.
Nah.
I want like these, like as we honestly just watched the Uncharted.
Oh,
yes,
man.
I know. Yes, guys, we took a break and watched it. Reese just went, I'm gonna go upstairs and play.
I guess, can we take a moment to even talk about that? Because I mean, this is because I mistakenly was like, oh, this came out a year ago. No, it came out a couple of weeks ago. The goddamn
Reese really did. He's like, damn, this has been out for a whole year. I was like, what's the date on it?
I was like,
He went July 18, 2018. I went, hey, Reese, you want to think about that?
Yeah. So it came out about a week ago, and god damn,
That's awesome. That thing was awesome.
Some studio give them the money to make this film. Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake in Uncharted is perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
And Chatham.
Yes. I think it is Chatham.
It sounds about right.
Yeah.
And
the bad guy from Avatar. I can't remember his name.
Steven something.
Oh, it is Steven something. You're right.
Shit.
Old guy, gray hair, gritty, hard edge. He played Sully.
He had the scar on his eye in Avatar, and he was on that bad Fox show with the dinosaurs.
He was also Into the Badlands, season 1.
Shit, he was.
Yes, he was.
I still need to finish that show. But no, for a 15-minute film, we're just sitting there going, more.
This is how you do it. And I played the first 2 Uncharted games, and that short film was literally like they took Uncharted the video game and were like, we're gonna make a show out of it or a movie out of it, and they did it perfect.
That third-person POV shot.
That was
awesome.
They set that up
great.
It was really, really cool, and it felt like Uncharted. It really did.
Also, Nathan Fillion was a lot younger than. How old did you say he was?
I think he's in his mid-40s, mid to late 40s. He is, man.
I hadn't watched any of it. I just remember seeing like a clip of Castle, and he just looked big.
Yeah,
I just went, this isn't right.
Yeah, he looked good in that though.
He did look good.
Good. You got to think, man. What Firefly was like 03, 04? Like, hey, man, big day. Let's go be big damn heroes. And he was already in his early to mid 30s. And
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I thought he was like late 20s in that.
He was not a young chap. I mean, I think it was a perfect age for the character of Mal. But yeah, he's not young. You just put it
That's one of the. We'll just jump right back into this. We'll go even back all the way back to our news right now. They keep announcing all these different animes and all that they're going to do. Why hasn't Firefly been pitched for Netflix? Seriously, they just did Lost in Space.
I would love, even at this point in the game, I would love to just see more stories in the Firefly verse and just have like
them pop in
cameos, drops in. I mean, because it's been years. Like besides Marina Baccarin, who for some odd reason still looked like she's like 20 years old, everyone's aged.
I don't even know what happened to Summer Glau, who played River.
Yeah, no,
it's weird that her name is Summer and
she plays River. Yeah,
or the Baldwin brother. I don't know what's up with him.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in anything.
There's too many Baldwins.
We're
not going to mention him.
Yeah, Alan Tudyk.
How do Reapers clean their blades?
Oh, you run them through the wash. I remember the first.
That was the most shocking thing ever.
Someone told me that joke, and I was like, "That's not funny. Like, that's not funny. You don't joke about that."
Wow, you went down that road, Mr. Controversial Memes.
I know, but I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready. And you know what? That's the same thing, man. I'm sorry that we're running off the rails, but Firefly came up, so now we need to discuss this. I was really not expecting Wash to die.
I just see you calling your friends. This guy just made this joke.
Yeah.
Come pick me up now.
Like, I can't believe they killed Wash. I mean, man, I didn't see that coming.
Originally, the movie was supposed to be a full. That was supposed to be the second season. Really was.
And I even loved. Did you ever see the animated trailer that the fan made?
Yeah, I watched it with you.
Yeah, and even if they did that, like that would still be like.
How gay do we sound right now? Oh yeah, I watched that with you.
He was like, oh, we were holding hands and braiding each other's hairs. We watched that.
I don't have enough hair for that.
Nor do I.
Yeah, because you're Mohawks.
Yes. My.
But no, then you mentioned to me that the money they raised for that went to
Con Men.
Yes. Which that kind of bummed me out. That's when, fuck. Because we were watching it like, I'd still watch this.
Yeah, totally.
Netflix, pick your shit up. Come on.
Yeah, Netflix.
You gave Lost in Space another thing.
Oh, yeah, with Damian Lewis, which I watched the first episode. I didn't like it.
I haven't even gotten through the first episode.
I couldn't do it. It was
Damian Lewis?
He's Dick Winters from Band of Brothers. He's on that show Billions. He was Jonesy and Dreamcatcher.
He was on that?
He's the dad. He's totally the dad.
Wow, I watched the first half.
He's like the main character of the show.
Once you said Billions and Dreamcatcher, I went, huh.
Yeah, Damian Lewis. I love Damian Lewis as an actor. I love Band of Brothers. Homeland.
We forgot that.
And Your Highness as well.
He is not.
Yes, he is.
He is in Your Highness.
Yes, he is.
Bet you no one remembers that movie.
No, for good reason. That was not a good movie.
Was Jessica Alba in that?
No, Natalie Portman.
Fuck! I was close. At the time, they were both...
Which she had a butt stand in, too. That was not Natalie Portman's butt in the scene where she jumps in the lake.
Well, then fuck that movie.
I know.
God, you guys can't... Alicia Cuthbert had a butt stand in for Girl Next Door, too.
Did she?
Yes. Yep. Guys, welcome for all your useless knowledge.
Oh, man.
I know so much weird shit.
So, guys,
if you guys have games that you think have better soundtracks, tell us.
Please tell us. Yell at us. Tell us how our answers are wrong. How we forgot that obscure RPG you played 20 years ago is better than our choices. Because I know that's what most of our fans would say.
Yeah.
But we want to hear it, though. We really do. We want to hear your guys'
opinion. If you argue the Tony Hawk franchise, I'd very much love to hear your arguments. Because let's go bullshit.
Yeah, I stand hard and firm by my Super Mario and Final Fantasy, by the way, too. So you can argue that with me until I'm blue in the face, but I'm not going to let you win that argument. But yeah, no, please, guys, write in with any suggestions you have for future episodes of the top 3 lists that you want to see. Anything from our list that you think is wrong, that you think that you can do better. Sure, do it. You do it better than we do, because you probably can. But anyway, no, like seriously, we would love to hear from you guys. We're so grateful that we actually have people out there that like and share our posts and watch and listen to our videos. We got so much more content coming up for you, so much more shit that we have to get into, so many lists that we haven't broken into. We have field trip ideas. We have this. We talk about it all the time every week, but I swear to God, it's going to happen. So when it does happen, please make sure you guys are there so you can follow us on our website at gamingbuzz.com. You can see us on Facebook. We do most of our posting, facebook.com/gamingbuzz. You can even follow us on Twitter at gamingbuzzed. And make sure that you email us, Reese or Bill at gamingbuzz.com, or if you just have some general questions about the show, how things get done, or how we come up with our ideas, you can always email at info@gamingbuzz.com.
There's no secret for that one.
Yeah, no, we just get really drunk and we just fucking start yelling about things. That's typically how most of this shit works.
Score? No, I never make top 4.
Yeah. We love you guys. We are so grateful that you guys are listening to us. Please support your local breweries. Buy more craft beer. Bill, you got anything else?
No. Someone fix my Xbox.
Oh, yeah. Don't fix this. Make him buy a PlayStation.
I'm going to buy a PlayStation.
We love you guys. Thank you guys so much. We are Gaming Buzz, and we will catch you next week.
Yeah. Don't fix my Xbox. How are we supposed to keep being diversive if I don't play the enemy system?
Yeah, you call, because I'm not going to ever play an Xbox again ever in life.
Well, I'm kind of doubting I want to keep playing one if this one wants to keep breaking.
Find us online at gamingbuzz.com, Twitter at gamingbuzz, or facebook.com/gamingbuzz. Special thanks to a bunch of different breweries and Bill's Variety Pack. And don't forget to check out RNS Podcast and Black Mirror Reflections.